Going to be 3 games. It's going to be Chicago and Atlanta from the Omni. And then we're going to have Indianapolis against Boston. That'll be a big one. Then Washington at the New Jersey Nets. We're underway. And this will be Atlanta will get it. And of course, we're in the meat and potatoes of this tournament. Meaning all of there's a slam by Dominique, and that's a big one. Early 2-0 lead. Meat and potatoes means in this tournament, you're not going to, when you take a look at this tournament, it is no longer we just figuring the teams out. All these games are very big. And that ball will go out of bounds. Atlanta on a slam dunk, an early 2-0 lead. The thing with Atlanta is this. Don't throw it in now. They got to. They got 5 seconds. Roundfield to Davis. Davis over to Johnson. Johnson maybe somewhere else. Atlanta pulls and misses. Greenwood to rebound. Over to Watley, and there's Enos, no good, and Wilkins again. Enos Watley, that's his name. Dominique, and he rolls it in. It's 4-0. He has all the points in this game. If you're Atlanta, really, when you look at this type of game, Chicago needs this game because if they lose, they'll be 2-6 with 2 games to go. And Dave Corzine, that's going to be a foul, an illegal screen. And Tree Rollins is number 30. It's 4-0. When you take a look, you got 2 more to go. All these games, Chicago could be really done if they don't win. And that's going to be up, and the tip is good. That's 2 baskets like that. And that's Roundfield with the tip in. It's now 6-0. Whereas Atlanta is going to be playing now for seeding. They expect to make it. Woolridge will pull in head, and it's 6-2. If Chicago were to beat Atlanta, they know that they could beat a mid-level team at least. We know the East is better than the West. You just never know. And in the playoffs, it's not even close to this kind of intensity. You're playing everybody a lot longer than what you play him here in the group stage. Here's Enos Watley. Woolridge. Woolridge down to Watley, over to Daly. Daly. And Daly, no. And Brownfield will go the other way. Johnson over to Wilkins. Wilkins. Going to bring it back. Here's Davis. Johnson to Dominique. Over to Brownfield. Davis a 3. No. In and out. Greenwood again the rebound. And here they go. Chicago a defensive team. But they have Orlando Woolridge, and they want to make sure. And there's a pull in ahead. And Watley scores again. It's 6-4. So Atlanta had a 6-0 lead. Chicago the last 4 points. When you take a look at this kind of a game, it is, it's going to be a tough game for both these. Anybody, Roundfield puts it in, and it's 8-4. You have a lot of scores, but it's like a cricket game. You go by averages and by runs and stuff like that. The difference with cricket is one team bats and the other team bats. Orlando Woolridge, no. There are certain times when you lead in a basketball game. It's different in college. The pros, it's way different. This has more of a college feel because we haven't had a 100-point game yet. 10-minute quarters, the All-Star game had both teams over 100. But a timeout here, and it's Atlanta up 10-4 early against Chicago. The All-Star game had an unusual defensive feel to it. It was still, I believe, 112 to 104. So when you take a look at these sort of games, Chicago will get it. Here's Greenwood over to Daly. I mean, this is, when you look at this type of a game, there's Orlando. He can do a few things. Next year, there's going to be a few more games. There will be, but are Saturdays. You know, there's Johnson and Dominique. 12-4. I wish there were a way to turn off timeouts. I really do. That would be great. I would like to have a game without timeouts. In the rules, the real run and gun leagues don't have timeouts. And that is Woolridge makes it 12-6. If we could turn off timeouts, that would be awesome. Because in really run and gun leagues, you don't have timeouts. The reason why you don't have timeouts in run and gun leagues is because it's supposed to be a quick game. You're supposed to get the maximum amount of possessions in a medium amount of time, and maximum and medium. And there's Dominique. What a pass, and they get it. 14-6. Atlanta with the lead. What a basket there. And Dominique will get the assist. But that's the thing, the maximum amount and the minimum amount. So in a run and gun league, the timeouts really bog things down. You're supposed to be in and out in about really 45 minutes for a game. It's supposed to be quick. And Rollins, the hockey game's a little different. Hockey game, you have natural stoppages, but we're going to take away in the next year, we're going to take away penalties. And we're going to have extreme women's hockey. That'll be really fun to watch. As there'll be no penalties, hard hitting. We're going to keep the injuries on, and we're going to play a full season. Orlando Woolridge. And no good. And Dominique the other way. And that'll be next year. NHL 26, we'll do that. And I think that'll be a very fun game. That'll be good. We'll break it down.
Dominique Wilkins.
We're going to have to see how many games there are, and then we got to take a look. What we might do is the after-school version will be the run and gun, and, the hockey, and then the basketball. But here's Corzine now. They're going to go to Orlando Woolridge. Oh, wide open. Woolridge. Oh, he blew the dunk. He missed it, and Williams will get the rebound. 15-6. Atlanta, if they can win big, they're making a statement. Chicago is not the worst team in the world, though they did lose to the Knicks 77-55 and a timeout. And right now, Atlanta is just blowing away Chicago, not the way they wanted to start. Atlanta has a great lead. So Atlanta has a great lead, 17-6. 3:40 to go here in the first quarter. Atlanta leads. Here's Wiggins. Wiggins will take a look. Wiggins will take a look. He pulls and makes it 17-8. Oh, what a slam, Dominique. I would love to see an Atlanta-LA Lakers matchup. I really think that there would be some really great matchups there, especially if LA were in the East. I would love to see it, In the West, the LA Lakers made every LA Lakers and Houston Rocket for 11 years. Every finals, Wiggins, no good. Greenwood, yes. And that's David Greenwood, 19-10 now. That would be really fun to watch the Hawks and the Lakers. That'd be a great game. Dominique now, over to Williams. Move it around. There's a 2 and a miss. Woolridge, intercepted by Johnson. Williams, and a foul.
David Corzine, second personal foul, second team foul. Flag, Williams. 2
So
shots.
Williams, and it's going to be 20 to 10. 21 to 10. Lester to Daly.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Over to Greenwood. No. Brownfield the other way. Williams. Glenn. Holtz. Williams. Glenn again. 3. Oh, if that would have gone in, that would have been huge. I'm surprised at how bad Chicago is playing in this game. Really, I am. There's Daly, and they got it. You know, I thought Chicago was starting to come into their own and play the top teams very close. Right now in this first quarter, it's been a bad one. There's Johnson, and they score. Rolls in. Kind of straddles a little bit in. 23 to 12. They're not getting good shots. That's the biggest thing. Their offense is really looking terrible. Remember, in this league, there is no illegal defense. In run-and-gun leagues, you have short shot clocks, no illegal defenses. And that's going to be a long shot there, and they score. A 3 by Daly, and that was the jolt they needed. Not many threes or a shot in this league. Maybe you might have 3 3-pointers a game, and most of the time, teams don't hit anything. Brownfield. Over to Glenn. Glenn, a 3. Oh my. 2 teams making a 3 and back-to-back. I can safely say that's probably the first time in the league that has happened. 26 to 15. 5 seconds. 4, 3. Higgins. No. That'll be it. At the end of one, Atlanta 26, Chicago 15. And you're looking right now. And remember, Mike Fratello is an 8-foot-tall coach in this game. 9 foot tall. As you see on the left-hand side, Mike Fratello is sitting in a blue suit. And when you take a look at that, it's like, oh my goodness. He's about 90 feet tall. There's Daly, pulls and misses. Holds the rebound, and Rivers will go to the near side. Williams, and a miss. Johnson again the other way. Here's Holton. Pulls and misses. Holtz will go the other way. Glenn over to Rivers. And a foul.
First personal foul. First team foul. Checking in for Chicago.
So now they're going to go 26-15.
Wiggins.
So Rivers. Rivers will pull and hit. 28-15, Atlanta leads Chicago. And Atlanta is pulling out, and they're having a very big lead here. This is the one thing that we're seeing is Chicago's having a hard time getting shots off. When they are, they're not really falling. Daly, no. And again, here's Elo. Over to Glenn. They're going to move the ball down. Glenn again. Back over to Rivers. Brownfield, no, and what a weird sort of, it went through the bottom of the hoop. That's the violation.
Line up for the Bulls. Number 12, Ronnie Lester.
So 28-15. Johnson. Back to Wiggins. Wiggins will pull and hit. It's 28-17. You know, Chicago is inching their way back a little bit. Atlanta has in some of their subs, they're resting some of their starters. They're trying to go in, and Daly the steal. Daly to Lester. Into Higgins, and no. They need to score, and they don't. Brownfield, they got men trapped. Here's Glenn over to Williams. Over to Glenn, and a foul.
First personal foul, second team foul.
So they're going to shoot two.
Mike Glenn.
And 29-17, a timeout. I don't know who called it, but they're 9 foot tall, Mike Fratello. And it is 29-17. Atlanta with the timeout. Look at Fratello, how big he is. Look at him. Look how huge he is. 29-17. You want to take a look? Look how huge he is. Oh my God. Making him out to be the biggest guy in the league. And I want to get another view of him. This game is a blowout. Now they're going to shoot Glenn. And he'll make it. 30-17. Yeah, that was weird. I wanted to see him. You know, I get it that I don't know if there's going to be many more stoppages because this game is a blowout. It's beginning to be one. You know, it's one thing if two even teams and a team gets out big. You know, you never know. There's Wiggins, Stone, and Green the rebound to Daly. But when you have a team that's hard pressed to score, yeah, that's probably going to be it. Like seriously is. Wiggins to Daly. There's Higgins, and he misses. Brownfield the other way. Here's Rivers. Glenn. Rivers, and he puts it in. It's going to be 15 to lead. When you look at this, there's a lot of separation going on in this league. There's a lot of teams coming into their own and separations, and you're starting to get blowouts, and the records are starting to show right now. Higgins got it. I thought that Chicago was playing a lot well. Sometimes you can't go by the early records. You know, Utah's playing well. They would love the chance it's the Lakers again, but I don't know. I think these teams are going to be very strong when it comes to the playoffs. I think the Lakers, when they play an Eastern team, they're going to play an Eastern team. I think the only conference that has a chance to go all 4 rounds and play themselves is the East. No way the West, and Mitchell Wiggins will shoot. And he'll hit one. 32-20 and 6:17 to go, and Wiggins will hit again. You know, you say to this, you know, when you have games like this, here's Doc. Over to Dominique. I mean, this is going to be, they play 3 games tonight. Dominique. And oh my goodness. Dominique puts it in, and they're just putting it up. They're at home here in the Omni. And I know they were favorites, but like this early, a lot of people thought it would have been more of a struggle than this. And here's Doc. He leaves 2 people behind. Doc Rivers will go in, the spin move, and it is no good. Woolridge the other way, and he's got to do everything for Chicago, and he knows it. Woolridge. And no. Rollins again the other way. Here's Doc. He missed. He made a great move. There it is. Glenn. No. Wide open. And Woolridge again another rebound. Again, if you get a rebound, you can't be on the other end. You need 2. And Chicago only has 1 to put Woolridge on defense now. The double. And that'll be a jump ball.
It could be a reject.
So there's 8-foot-tall Mike Fratello. And here they go. They're going to bring it over. Corzine off the sub. Wiggins scores. And it's 34-23. And Rivers to Wilkins. Over to Glenn. Wilkins to Rivers. No. So here's Wilkins to Wiggins. Woolridge. Orlando, 13-point lead. Here's Wiggins. They want to pull when he falls away. He's been doing that all night. Really has been. There's been nothing else they could do. Here's Dominique, the Doc. You know, right now the Atlanta Hawks not bad. And in the East, and when you play well in the East, there's Glenn who hits and a timeout.
Timeout for the Bulls.
Timeout Chicago. Atlanta's in control. And let's see what camera angle they get for the Hawks. Oh, that's Chicago time. Well, if you're Chicago, I mean, you're 2-5. If you lose, you're 2-6. I'm telling you, that isn't cool if you're trying to get a playoff. There's Orlando Woolridge and a miss. You already know Cleveland is out. You need 3 teams to be out. You need 11, 10, and 9, and that's going to be in, and it's good. So Chicago lost to Indianapolis. And Indianapolis, when they went 3 and 4, if Indianapolis would have lost, they would have gone 2 and 5. Chicago would have been 3 and 4. But I like Indianapolis. I really do. I think Indianapolis is the much better team. And I'm just wondering who that third team will be. There's going to be a clump, and that's going to be 38-25. There's going to be a clump of teams in the 8th slot. You're going to have Cleveland, who's bad. You're going to have Chicago, who already is pulling themselves out. Greenwood the other way to Daly. And then you're going to have maybe about 3 teams or 4 teams, and 3 will go to the playoffs, 1 home. Davis over to Wilkins. Wilkins, no. And Woolridge the other way. They're going to go. Here's Daly. Daly again. Daly in a foul, and he'll go to the line. So about under 2.5 to go. Quinn Daly. You know, Ed, you're going to see the graphics next year a lot better. And everything, because right now it's just listen to the pianos, but you kind of like it for the basketball wise, but a lot more stats next year. 38-27. Rollins over to Dominique, and there's the steal. Woolridge.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Orlando, and no. Wilkins the other way. Over to Johnson. You know, we look at, again, college football. For next year, Texas State will be in the Independence. 3 Rollins and a miss. And that's one thing I'm going to do tonight is try and see how many Independents I can put on. Daly over to Watley. And no. Over to Johnson. What I want to do is just take any teams and put them in Independence. Tonight it'll be 40-27, and if I can do that on this game, I'll probably be able to do it on the next game. Watley over to Daly. The clock will tick down under a minute. Daly and Rollins over. Corzine. Corzine and a miss. And Dominique. Here's Dominique, and they go to Johnson, and a foul, and it counts. This is it. Chicago's done, really.
Johnson.
And Atlanta on a big run. They have 18 points in this quarter. Daly and a foul on Dominique.
At the line for the Bulls.
You know, I look at Atlanta, like saying, hey, this is gonna be, this is solid, like, seriously. Atlanta's a good basketball team. They are. When they play well, if the Lakers were playing Atlanta today, it'd be a good game. It'd be a real good game. I think, you know, LA's the overwhelming favorite to win it all, but it doesn't mean it's going to be easy. It just means most likely to win. And it's hard to imagine a close game when they play in the weak West. Dominique, no, and that'll be it.
That's the only decision with the score.
Well, it's all Atlanta here at the half of game one of our triple header. All Atlanta. Seven of 12, 15 points, 3 assists. And Dominique Wilkins, 15 points, 3 assists, 7 of 12. Watley, no. Rollins the other way. Johnson will pull and hit. Oh my. You know, you look at something like this, Atlanta's dangerous, really. They don't have the names. Like, they don't have the names. You're not going to see, like, whenever you have things like this, and that's going to be a foul. It'll be on Rollins, I don't know. And no, I think it'll be maybe on Chicago, it will be. But whenever you have you know, the biggest thing is this right now, whenever you have a game like this, but when you have a team like this, look, they're running an ISO now with Dominique, and he's really good. He's against Orlando Woolridge, and he's still, oh my God, scores. See, you know, Atlanta, when they play well, they're good. And Atlanta, if they win here, they'll be 4-3. But they're just in the middle level of the tiers. But they're learning how to be a team. And just because they don't have the star power of the LA Lakers doesn't mean they can't compete. And that's going to be a block. Woolridge is blocked, and they go to Johnson. Johnson. He want to take it over and pull, but he can't. Johnson, they stick to him. I quite frankly think that the East defense is good. Johnson, no. And Roundfield, no. And Greenwood again to Daly. Woolridge. Johnson now. Rollins over to Wilkins. when I look at Atlanta, I start thinking about Western teams. Oh, what a play, and a slam, and it's foul, and he got it. Dominique is very good. I think there is no equivalent. I think in the West, this is a very athletic, tall team, but they're very athletic. This will be number 20 for Dominique in timeout Chicago. It's a 20-point lead, and really, this thing is over, really. When I take a look at Mike Fratello and I see how tall that guy is, I just... guy's 9 feet tall. Look at him on the bench. Look at him on the bench. Oh, my goodness. Corzine will put it in. They want to work it inside. If you're Chicago, this is not what you wanted. Early in the year, you could say, all right, let's score, let's do things. And that's cool. You score, you do things, and all that stuff. And here's Dominique, a long shot, no good. And Corzine again, they go. They bring it down to Daly. Daly and a foul, and that'll be Chicago 51-33. Quentin Daly, and he'll hit one. 51-34. And 51-35 now. Here in the third, Atlanta leads Chicago. So, a 4-0 run by Chicago. Again, what I was saying earlier is you could go and say, in the early part of the year, you whittle it down to 10, and then it ends, and you can say, all right, well, we're learning our team, but right now there's Dominique. No good, and Corzine to rebound. Right now, if you're Chicago, you got to win now. Even if you lose by a point, it hurts. There is no learning about your team. There is no learning about your team when you're done. Johnson, no, rolls no good. Orlando Woolridge is doing everything defensively. Watley. Woolridge. Woolridge. No, and Hopkins. Oh, Dominique, he just went straight through. Look at Dominique. Oh, yeah, he just went straight through. That was a great dunk. And that'll make the highlight reels. And, this game will end up 12-14. I got that feel to it. Corzine, and that's going to be a foul, a hard one. But just the way the nature of the game is.
David Corzine.
But it's not like you can learn you're going to be 2-6. You got to win the last two and hope for help. Really, because if they go 3-7, 3-7 is not going to make it. You don't have people at the top knocking down pressure that much. And when you see a gap like this, it's a little more, it's way better in the East, the basketball. So that's why the records are the way they are. If the Lakers play in the East, they finish with 1 or 2. They might win the East, but it would be a lot tougher. They wouldn't win every game by 20. Dominique again. The team I think has been the most, there's Dominique and a miss. The team I think has been the most disappointing, the absolute most, is there's Corzine, and he puts it in. 55-39. I think the most disappointing is Denver. Really. They got 3 good talents. They had Issel, Vandeweghe, and Alex English. And they are absolutely terrible now. Johnson. Dominique. No good. And Corzine again with the rebound. But, now we're just talking about the league. They put LA as number 1 in the power rankings. But I'll be honest with you, we really don't know if they're a number one because they're playing a weak West. And I think that LA is 10 points better than most in the East, but I say most and not all. And when you're not 10 points better, that means there's a chance you can lose. So they're 10 points better than Cleveland, Chicago, all the way up until 5. And I think Philadelphia, and there it is, Greenwood to rebound. Philadelphia, they're better than Boston, Detroit, Orlando Woolridge, and no. I even think the Nets could do it. They could pull it off. But it would be a stretch for the Nets. But I think the Nets have the matchups, not the talent, but the Nets would win based on the matchups. It'd be difficult for the Lakers to do anything. New Jersey Nets tonight are going to play Washington. And there's a lot that goes on. Daily, no good. Remember, the Nets were within 2 points of Philadelphia after 3 quarters. So they can hang. They might not have the gas at the very end to finish. But tonight we're going to see a very big game. And then the next game is going to be Indiana at Boston. I'm going to see how good Boston is against Indiana.
Johnson, first personal foul, third team foul.
If Indiana can hang with Boston in the next game,
2 shots.
Then we're looking at an Indiana team that could go through and maybe win the thing. And you say, really? And I'm just going to tell you, yes, I mean that. But if tonight they get rip-roared like right now Chicago is, then yeah, they don't have a shot. And they miss. There's a lot of second stringers now playing, but you got to be careful. You don't want Atlanta coming back on you. That's why I think it's going to be 12 to 14 points, around that 10 to 14 range, your final score here. Because when you get the starters in, you're going to be Higgins, and Higgins and Wiggins for Chicago. Here's Glenn. I mean, when you look at that, that's the thing. There's Elo knocked away. Greenwood to Holton. Next year, it's going to be an incredible series, really, and we're going to play a little bit, especially, here's Johnson over Wiggins, and they got, as soon as the game comes out, we're going to give it about a month. We're going to start in November. We'll start the basketball league in November, so we get a couple months done. We'll go heavy with it. Do it like we do in the last part where they have a lot of games on the weekend where I have 7 in a row, 7 hours. Over Wiggins, I wish that the games are 20 minutes shorter. I get 9 games done in 8 hours instead of 7. Holds the rebound, and here they go to Rivers. Glenn will pull and miss. Wiggins will get the rebound under a minute. Holton. You know it's 15, and there's a lot more. Holton scores. And it's 59 to 46. And they're going to have it 30 seconds to go. Rivers. It'll go around. Clock is ticking with 20 seconds. Over to Johnson. Long shot, no. And here's Chicago. It's a little danger zone here. They can pull within 11. Holton. They go to Wiggins for 3. No. It's 13 after 3. I'm still not convinced. Still not convinced they can come back. It's a 13-point game. still the subs back in. You know, when you look at the 2002-2003 season, that's a heck of a season. Well, I don't know who's going to do what, so we got to really take a look. Here's Higgins over to Lester. Now that's a Western heavy, and that'll be a foul, and it counts. So that's on Elo. They got to put their regular people in, because I'll tell you what,
Shooting for Chicago.
it's a 10-point game. Got to be careful in that. It's the biggest thing. Double-digit rebounds for Greenwood and Roundfield. Here's Glenn. Over to Rivers. On the ground, they go to Pulse, and he misses. And here's Chicago now. They want to bring it up. Here's Higgins. Oh, what a pass. And no. They just can't get it going. Chicago a little complacent. Atlanta is. Williams, and that's in. And that'll be 61-49 here in the fourth. 12-point lead, Lester. Wiggins. Wants to put it over to Johnson. Wiggins again. Go ahead, and no good, and out of bounds.
Out of bounds. The ball goes to Chicago.
Chicago will get it back. Remember, in this league 14, the 2001 or 2, I think it's the 2002 year. It's a 102, then you got a way better year, I think. And here they go. Lester again. They play close. Lester, no. And Higgins, the rebound again. 12 the lead, and Chicago, oh, I thought that was in, and he does to Higgins, and a foul on Pulse. Now they're going to shoot to 61-49. Higgins will make one. 61-50. Now, if you're Atlanta, you want a 6-0 run here. You do. It's down 10. You want to make it 16 and blow this thing out. So it's a big stop now for Chicago. Matthews, and got it. And that's Matthews, 63-51. Game number 1 of our triple header tonight. Atlanta, they were winning 51-31. It's been 20-12 since. And a lot of this have been with subs. If they could hit a rebound and they get it a layup, then that would be dangerous, and no good there. So here's Green and Lester the other way. Higgins. Dominique looks like he wants to go in. Higgins, the hook. It's a 10-point lead, and we're not throwing this away yet. In Chicago and Atlanta, they got to get some subs in. But if I'm Atlanta, I'm going to call timeout. You got 6 timeouts now, or you got 4. It's over to Rivers. 3, Rivers. Jack, good to see you. Jack, good to see you. Well, I'll tell you what's good in this league. The Lakers look good. I can't wait till next year. You got a whole bunch of more teams, before expansions. Minnesota, the Hornets.
First personal foul. Third team foul.
Let me think. Minnesota, the Hornets, Miami. Minnesota, the Hornets, Miami, and I forget who the rest is. It's going to be a lot of games, 200 and so games. It'll take all year, but it'll be all right. Start November. Davis, no, and that's going to be a foul.
First personal foul.
65-55. Might not be able to do
number 22.
every single game broadcast. next year because of the sheer number.
Bulls foul.
That's going to be on Chicago. They can't cut it
Personal foul.
within double digits. That's not good at all. 6:13 to go. Dominique. Rollins over to Davis. Davis got it. It drops in. It's a 12-point game, and that was big. Like, Chicago's had times to make it 8, and they couldn't do it. Now I think all the starters are back in. Watley over to Woolridge. Horzine. Look, he goes, but they're hanging on him, and Dave Horzine put it in. 5.5 to go in the game. It's 10. And I'm telling you what, right now it's a 10-point game. Atlanta won early on at Milwaukee. Milwaukee and Denver are the two biggest disappointments there are. Milwaukee's a huge disappointment. I thought they would be in the East, and that's gonna be Dominique Wilkins. I would not want to be the Lakers and play Milwaukee, because Milwaukee's a team that if they play hot, they got the talent to beat you. And they just don't match up. They got two of them. And turnaround no good. Rollins the other way. Williams to Davis. Davis a couple dribbles. 69-57. 4.5 to go in the game. Johnson. Will pull and miss. Rebound Rollins. They go again. Dominique. Dominique a three. And a miss. They're using all the time in the world again. 4 minutes to go. Here's Orlando Woolridge. Really, it's been an ugly game. They came out and they led 51-31, a 20-point lead. And then Chicago, really the subs have come out. There's been no flow. Orlando will pull and hit. And now it's a 10-point game. Well, you got to make sure if you're Atlanta, all your people in now, your players. Timeout Atlanta. They want to make sure that happens. It's 69-59. I want you to see how tall Mike Fratello is if they show him. No, that's Chicago shuttle. It's a 10-point lead. So here's Johnson again, 3.5 to go. Davis, no. And Horzine again, they could make it 8. Woolridge. Starters are in. Bailey, no, and he can't have it. Rollins again, the rebound. Davis, yeah, Marquise Johnson is good. And for Milwaukee, and there's a couple of people around field and the foul.
Woolridge. Third personal foul.
So that's 3 on Woolridge. And now 2 foul shots for Roundfield. He will make one.
2 shots.
70-59. And a miss. Remember that early 73-70 game over Milwaukee? That would be huge. Here's Woolridge. We'll take a look at the daily. I can't wait for Houston. I think Houston might have a shot to go all the way. I think Houston and LA have the best shot. Only has a shot if they can get their butt together against Los Angeles. Davis got it. And it's 13 with 2.5 to go, and that should do it. And you don't know if you're going to play LA or not. What if LA gets beat in the second round and you have a seeding, and then all of a sudden you play the Eastern team that beats them?
Shooting for the Bulls.
Tree Rollins,
At the
big.
line for
And
two.
here, oh, it's a hard foul. It is a hard foul. 72-60, Rollins. And, oh my, I didn't realize it was such a hard foul. 72-61, now they get it back. Oh my, this could make it 9 now. 2:20 to go. Woolridge. Yeah, that was a hard foul, and oh, that's another one and one. 2-4, this could be a 5-point trip. And can it be a 5-point trip? It would be an 8-point game, and got it. It was 72-59, now it's 72-64 after that. 60-61, the and one, 63-64, and there's it on. Dominique Wilkins has had a good game. He's been out for most of it just because it's been a blowout. Chicago is straight back in. 10-point game here in the fourth. Under 2 to go. Orlando. Brownfield again, and now they're going to hold. 10-point game. Davis. Woolridge, no. Rollins again, Wilkins. Johnson to Daly, and here they go. This is Watley. Watley in a foul, and it counts. They cut it to 8. This is weird now. They're coming back. They're cutting it to 8. They know their season's on the line. And if they can cut it to 7, you never know, and they miss it. Oh, if they would have got the rebound and scored, it would have been 6. But here's Johnson. If they make a basket, here's Dominique. And Dominique over to Brownfield will put it in. And that'll be it. Under a minute to go. Yeah, they let Chicago back in the game. They played their backups a little bit more than what they wanted to do. The starters came in, didn't have the same zeal as in the beginning of the game. They're going to win 70. They're going to win. Watley and a foul.
Johnson. Second personal foul.
Johnson, and here comes Watley. 2 shots. 76-66, and they'll nail one. And for some reason, it's quiet. And they'll nail it 76-68. Rollins will bring it into Johnson. Under a minute. Johnson over Brownfield. Rollins will hold. Missed it. Rollins, and no. Rollins and a foul.
Woolridge. Fourth personal foul. Second team foul.
So
For your Hawks, Tree Rollins. 2 shots.
77-68. 78-68. 26 seconds to go. Daly, no. And Brownfield, and that'll be the game. So Atlanta wins. I mean, they held on. They're going to be 4-3. Chicago will go 2-6. Chicago's in trouble. They're going to need to win their last 2 and hope for help. Atlanta wins 78-68. We're going to see quickly the stats, and then we're going to go to our next game, which is Indiana at Boston. Indiana at Boston will be the next game. You can see Atlanta walking off the court, an easy win. Not an easy win. I mean, it was for NBA standards pretty much. There you see everything right there. They held Chicago to 34%. There were 21 fouls in the game. Chicago never led, and Atlanta at 1 point had a 20-point lead. See, this is the crap I hate, the update required. Let me hit save and then get this garbage out of the way with. absolute garbage out of the way. And then the update required is up here. I mean, this is so stupid. This is absolutely the stupidest thing in the world. So let the ads come up. No, and let the ads come up. One more. No, I don't care. So now we go to our next game. The Daily View. There you see the Bulls and the Hawks. 15 rebounds for Roundfield, 28 for Wilkins. He must have had a double-double. So here we go. It's going to be Indiana and the Boston Celtics. And here we go. Here at Boston Garden. So the parquet floor, we're ready to go. Made because of World War II. Shortage in wood. Ready to go, and we're underway. Boston will have it. Boston is 5-1. And Indiana's 3-4, though Indiana's a good team, they know it. Cornbread Maxwell and a miss. And Williams will go the other way. Jerry Sheesting will play for the Celtics later on. Indiana's 3-4. Jerry, Clark, Jerry again at the top of the key. It's 2-0 Indiana. Indiana wants to go out to a quick start. We're going to see how good Indiana is this game. This is the toughest place to play in all the NBA. So here's Gerald now. Parrish, DJ. Nope. And here's Williams. They're going to push it down. Butch Carter. Kellogg to Jerry. Over to Kellogg. Carter again. Carter pulls and no. Robert Parrish the rebound. Johnson, no. Jerry. Larry Bird in charge. So it's an early 2-0 game. Indiana 2, Boston 0. Indiana 4-0 for Boston. DJ and a foul, and he'll go to the line. That's on Butch Carter, and DJ will shoot too. So Boston's first points will come from the line. 4-1. 4-2. They'll bring it in. Here's Jerry now. We'll bring it in. 4-2. Carter. Williams. No. Larry Bird the other way. Larry. Going to go to Henderson. And he's out of bounds. Really, it's a very defensive game right now. And Indiana is winning 4-2. They could do this to Boston. They could definitely do this to LA. Jerry, he got it, 6-2. Indiana is really pulling ahead, and they're one of these teams that it's like, really? Timeout Boston. They got to get things going. It's Indiana 6, Boston 2. a miss. And Parrish again to Maxwell. Cornbread Maxwell once went in to the stands in Philadelphia to fight them. If they were to meet in the playoffs, that'd be big. Think of it, the Lakers could meet the Celtics, the 76ers, all their rivals. Henderson got it, and maybe even the Rockets. Is now 6-all. And here's Jerry. Oh, they had inside for Clark Kellogg. They wanted no, not Kellogg. I believe that's 32. Is Williams, Herb Williams. He had inside position. Butch Carter would have moved. Butch Carter's really underrated in this tournament. He's really good, and it's 8-6 Indiana. DJ now. If Indiana were to win today, and there's the steal, Herb Williams. Were to win today, that would be huge if Indiana wins. Jerry to Williams, over to Clark. And Clark Kellogg, and it's 10-6 Indiana. So if Indiana were to win, they'd be 4-4, and Boston would be 5-2. I'm telling you, Detroit, Los Angeles, that would be a great matchup too. There's a lot of Eastern teams licking their lips and trying to get to LA. They would love that. Maxwell got it. Whereas in the West, I mean, the Lakers had a few games under their belt when they played Utah in their first game. And Utah's like, yeah, let us all play even amount. We want to play them again. Kellogg will pull and miss. And here's Larry Bird again at 10-8. Maxwell, Gerald, no, and Williams will go, and here's Clark. Clark Kellogg. Oh, when you see playoffs, it's going to be big. Very big playoff game. One apiece. One a night. Clark Kellogg, no. See, these games are big games, but they're also run-of-the-mill games. You have a lot to do, so you get a little bit of a spotlight. But if you lose, there's such a leeway to make the playoffs. And until the very end, that's when you really get eliminated unless you're that bad. Cleveland is that bad. Larry Bird, and a miss. And Clark Kellogg, the rebound. Very low scoring first quarter. Butch. Carter to Jerry. Second quarter, I'm going to use the restroom and then get something to drink. There's Clark Kellogg. No. Larry will get the rebound. They push it out to Gerald. Over to Robert Parrish. And they score. 10-10 now. The Chief went to Centenary. They're one of the few teams not named after a color, an animal, or has an S at the end of their name. Centenary gentlemen. Yes, I know. People are animals. I get it. But, you know, it's a trivia question. It's supposed to eliminate it to a few things. Make you, I don't know. I just heard that by Centenary gentlemen, because nobody would get Centenary. There was a Hofstra Pride, that was one of them. Used to be the Hofstra Dutchman. Step will intercept. Oh, he'll go. Wide open, he's hit from behind, and they score.
One shot.
Oh my goodness, and that was a hard foul.
Shooting for Indiana.
And now Indiana's step. He gets the and one. It's 13-10. How about this? A whole quarter. You know, with Boston, they might be able to jack it up to 25. By the end of one, they are explosive. Can get it. Parrish, Larry Bird's been non-existent. There's Danny. And good defense by Indiana. Boston's a team where their stock has been going down. Their first game, they killed New Jersey. They murdered New Jersey in their first game, absolutely destroyed them. And then they've been playing less and less better ever since. They got killed by Philadelphia. They're going to be playing Detroit here soon. And when they play Detroit, that's going to be a huge game. Right now, they might be overlooking Detroit. And here's Step. Over to Sipnanovich. No. Again, Parrish will go to Danny. Over to Wedman. Intercepted by Thomas. There's Johnson. And no good. They can't hit worth anything, and that's a big thing. So here's Ainge only with 10 points. The Boston Celtics. Quinn. Chief to Wedman. To Buckner. Over to Danny. McHale, and he'll go to the line. Kevin McHale is one of the best six-men. You know, you have McHale.
Kevin McHale.
McHale, Clyde Drexler, another great one. You have a few that are very good. That's why Indiana's good. Whenever they go to their subs, they get McHale out there. And he's good. Larry Bird's in. And Larry Bird has really done nothing all day. It's 13-12. And it is a shocked Boston Garden. Indiana's always been a rival to Boston. Thomas, yes. George Johnson, sorry. And George Johnson, 15-12. Quinn. Over to McHale. McHale to Buckner. Got it. And Quinn Buckner brings it within one. If you're the Celtics and you win, you'll be 6-1. I believe it'll be enough for the playoffs, and now you're playing for seeding. You always want to get that victory out of the way with. There it is, the Wedman, no. And Step the other way. Under a minute. What a very low scoring first quarter. Bird to steal. Bird will go to Wedman. And a foul. Go to the line.
Second personal foul.
Second on Step.
At the line.
Call him Steppy on the thing. And that's going to be Scott Wedman will hit one. And Wedman, and he'll give Boston the lead. Half minute to go. 30 seconds. Boston by one. Thomas over to George Johnson. George. They go to Thomas. Sipnanovich. Butch Carter. No. And that'll be Indiana ball.
Indiana ball.
So Indiana with 9 seconds to go. They're down by one here in the first. George. Over to Isaiah. Not Isaiah. I keep seeing Thomas and saying Isaiah. They got to get something. Thomas at three. No. Almost. A good first quarter. Boston 16, Indiana 15. A great first quarter. You're going to hear some natural sound as I go and put my dishes away and use the restroom quick. Enjoy the natural sound. All right, so we begin the second quarter. I had to use the restroom. Boston by 1. I was wondering if they were going to just go ahead and score like 20 in a row, but they're not. It looks like this is a good game. I think Indiana's a tough team. Steph. Butch Carter. They want to go into Stepdanovich. Out of bounds.
Indiana ball.
So it'll be Indiana's. That's the thing. I think that Indiana is a tough team right now, but you know, you're playing at the toughest court in the NBA and holding your own. Butch holds and rips in and out. A foul.
First personal foul.
And that's going to be Butch Johnson on the rebound. Butch Johnson, George Johnson. That's George. And Boston will bring it up. Here's Quinn. And Kevin McHale. Kevin, no. Tippin, yes. And it's 22-19. Carter. There's McHale again. Wedman and a foul.
Stephanie. Third personal foul, first team foul. At the line for Boston, Scott Wedman. 2 shots.
Wedman. So Wedman. Here's Thomas. Stepdanovich. And a miss. McHale. Anderson. Cornbread Maxwell. Wedman to Larry. He hasn't done anything all day, Larry. And believe me, Larry is a good team player. That's Maxwell. And Boston is pulling ahead. Larry Bird, if he ends up going through a game and not scoring a point but having 30 assists, if you win, he'll take it every day because winning is the key. Wedman to Maxwell, and now they're starting to pull ahead, and here's Indiana now. Combs, they got to get it inside. Steph, and up and in, up and under. Indiana finally, after, what is it, 5 minutes? Well, no, about 3 minutes, scores. It's 25-21. Anderson. Here's Larry. Larry, no. He's having a hard time, but that's the thing with Larry. He's going to have off nights. Thomas. Combs. And got it. 25-23, and Indiana's holding their own right now. That's why I'm saying the East is the best
at the line for the Pacers.
Conference, and right now you have a free-for-all in the East. You have very much parity in a very strong conference. Whereas the West is extremely top-heavy. You have the Lakers, and then you have the Rockets. The Rockets are all right. And that's going to be a foul on Johnson.
Second team foul. In for Indiana, number 35.
All going to see matchups, though. Remember, if you're above 500, it favors the West. If you're below 500, it favors the East. Because each team plays a different amount of games. So 11-0 will, for the West, will get everything. Bird dome. And here's Kellogg the other way. That's why every game is so big. We know Boston's going to make the playoffs. But if they were to lose here, they would have 2 losses, and the Detroit game would be huge. Kellogg, and that's going to be a foul. 5-5 will make the playoffs. But if you go 5-2, then you go 5-3. Yeah, I know. So here's Clark Kellogg. Will shoot 2, and Kellogg will have 1. second. This is a good basketball game. It is. These games, when I was a kid, I used to look at scores. Cedric Maxwell, a big score there. I used to look at scores and say, well, if it's 131 to 118, that was great. But now you look at the content of the game, and that's going to be a timeout here. Many timeouts. There is next year, I'm hoping. It's a timeout by Indiana. Hoping to get rid of timeouts, really. Too many. Jerry. Johnson. Kellogg over to Johnson. Jerry, no, in and out. And here are the Celtics now. Cedric, here's Gerald. Gerald. They're really, are they doubling? No, they're not doubling Bird. They have Kellogg on Bird. Henderson, DJ, no. And down on the ground, there's Herb Williams. Over to Johnson now. George. 2-point game. Real good game. Jerry. Here's George against DJ. Can't have it. DJ, Herb. And no. Herb, no. Robert Parrish the other way. Henderson. DJ. And one. 29 to 25.
Third personal foul. Third team
Boston
foul.
leading Indiana now. This will be 30. Can they get it? Carter up and in. 30 to 27, Butch Carter. And Boston. Maxwell. And a foul.
First personal foul. Fourth team foul.
Cloud Kellogg with the foul, and now they're going to shoot two. Cedric. And they got it 31. Like when you look at this game, it's a close game and it's a good one. It's 32, 27, 2:47 to go and a half. It's a good game. Jerry into Clark. He's going again. Up and over and in. This is back and forth and really a good game now. It really is. Indiana's proving themselves so far. They just got to do it. Couple more quarters. DJ. Maxwell. And DJ. Oh, he's going to fire and score. DJ. Larry Bird, I don't even know if he has a point today. Really. It's 34 to 29. They're all over him. That's why Indiana's such a dangerous team. Defensively, they're very good. Remember, they lost in the first game of the year, and there's Jerry. They lost to Washington. The East is all just everybody scrambling. Anybody can beat anybody. And in the West, it's all... Hold on a second.
Roxy! No! What are you doing? Go in the chair. 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 Chair.
My cat is staring at me. My cat is laying on the PlayStation. Robert will hit one at 35. And then miss one. 35-31, a minute 30 to go. 90 seconds. Jerry to Clark. Clark. Oh, and that was a good block there, so a shot clock violation. Yep, didn't hit the rim. Watch this. Bam, nope, never hit the rim. It's the rim, remember, not the backboard. The old rule was backboard, but for the run and gun tournament, it's the rim. Has to hit the rim. You know, you gotta hit the rim, so if it's blocked and it hits the backboard like that, it doesn't reset. Henderson. Roberts slams it in. And Boston a slight edge now, under a minute. And this last minute is gonna be big. And they know it. Jerry will pull and miss. Clark the rebound. Oh, he is so solid rebounding. I'm liking this Indiana team. If they lose, they'll be 3-5, but they'll be a solid 3-5. And a miss. Clark Kellogg, there it is. Jerry. There's Butch Carter in the slam. 37-35 now. And my goodness, that's incredible. Henderson. Bring it back. Gerald. In it. 39-35. Cheesting. 3. And that'll be it. What a first half. I'll tell you what, if I'm an Indiana fan, well, it depends what your schedule's like, but my goodness, you're playing like you belong. To 35 here in the third. Boston now in Indiana. Jerry. Oh, he'll pull here and miss. Oh, he needed to make that. He had an opening, but I thought he was going to just drive. There's Gerald Henderson, who does this to Maxwell, and he misses. Or Williams with the rebound. Clark Kellogg. Clark will get fouled by DJ. I mean, right now, this is a heck of a game, and Clark Kellogg will hit it. His ninth. If Indiana wins, they'll be 4-5. Our last game will be Washington at New Jersey, and that's going to be a heck of a game. That'll be a big game. In the Meadowlands, if New Jersey wins, they'll be 6-3 with one game left. If they lose, they'll be 5-4. Cedric, no, in a slam. That's going to be big. That's going to be Robert Parrish. As we begin the third quarter, it's 41-37. Jerry to Herb. Kellogg. No, and Bird again the other way. Bird. Can't get out. I don't know if Bird has a point. I really don't. The next break, we're going to take a look. Cheesting. Carter. That's the thing. That's why I think they're going to do so good against LA if they play them. 41-39, Herb Williams. And I'm telling you what, right now, after that first round, the first round, you're going to see a lot of blowouts. You will. You'll see a lot of blowouts because teams are evening out. You know, the Western teams have good records, but not the goods to back it up, so you're going to see a lot of blowouts. But after that first round, that Final Eight is going to be all really good games. It's going to be the best of the best. And you might have some seeding holes. Jerry will hit. Seeding holes are where you have 4 teams grouped together that are good because of their record, but not of who they beat. And then one of those 4 has to go on and make make the Final Four, and then they got to, by the time you play the Final Four, those teams will be legit. Larry Bird. No. And Liggenfelder the other way. Carter. And Bird will take it away again. Oh, look at Cedric Maxwell. Slams it in. Cedric. Liggenfelder. Jerry, Carter, over to Clark. Kellogg. Got it. And it's 45-43 with under 7 to go here in the third. What a game, you know. I'm wondering in my mind the matchups and the teams, and I don't think there's reseeding between rounds. So Larry, I should have taken a look at this. Larry Bird holds and hits. That could be his first two. Let's see quickly the game stats, the box score. Yep, that's his first 2 points. That's his first 2. How about that? So Larry Bird goes into the third quarter, 6.5 to go in the third, and he has 2 points. How good the defense is on him, and Herb Williams gets fouled by the cheating.
First personal foul, second team foul.
Casey Jones, the happiest in the world.
At the line for 2.
Williams will make 1. Herb Williams has had a lot in the past. They're really playing great defense, Indiana. They're proving themselves as one of the best defensive teams in the entire NBA. They're holding Larry Bird to 2 points. I mean, that is good. So if you're the Lakers, you'd look at this and go, no way. Henderson, and here's Robert against Herb Williams and a foul.
Herb Williams, second personal foul, first team foul.
So this is Parrish to shoot 2.
Robert Parrish, 2 shots.
He'll make 1. Robert makes the second. 49-45. Jerry. Clark.
Kellogg.
Gonna bring it down. There's Clark. No. And Bird to rebound now. Here's Larry. They get it to Cedric to Dennis. Here's Larry. Oh, look at Gerald Henderson. Larry Bird, that's the thing about him. He's an all-around basketball player. So if he's not hitting, he's like magic. A lot like magic. If he's not scoring, though, he's passing and assisting, and he's rebounding. And the hit no good, and you can feel a Boston run coming. Here's Larry. They go to Gerald. Larry Bird can be a threat at midcourt. Zip a pass in. Henderson. Over to the Chief. He lays it in. And right now it's 55-47. A long run for them. Indiana does not want this. They didn't want this run, and you knew Boston was going to make one. They need to mitigate this, and there's the foul.
Dennis Johnson, second personal foul.
It's going to be DJ 2 shots. Butch Carter, and he makes one. You gotta make these shots. A lot of pressure now to make these because you're in a slump, and they miss. 1 of 2 was 55-48. Larry one-on-one. Larry pulls and misses. McHale, and that's how good he is. Kevin McHale, and they push it to 9 now. Thomas wanted to see how long before the Boston run. Earl Williams, Snow, and Robert Parrish again. Here's Larry. Larry, oh, what a move. Larry over to Maxwell. What a move, and that scores. Larry Bird should be given an assist.
Second team foul.
I always agreed with John Wooden when he said you should be able to get an assist if you pass it to somebody and they're fouled. That should be an assist. 60-48. Thomas over to Lingenfelder. Williams. He's fouled, so Indiana has to stop this waiting. It's 12 very quickly now.
At the line for the Pacers.
And Earl Williams.
2 shots.
It'll be 11. 60-49. And no, they only keep hitting 1 of 2. Larry Bird. Larry over to McHale. McHale has done a great job. Maxwell, no. Parrish, yes. What a move by Parrish. Robert Parrish in Indiana. Boston now leads by 13. Starting to pull away. Indiana can feel it. You felt that run a little bit earlier. Thomas got it. Oh my. And they're hitting that at 62-51. You really want to play your defensive game with the 20-second shot clock. You can do it. McHale, if you're playing a college shot clock, that'd be different. Oh my goodness. Over a step and he dribbles around him and it's 64-51. And here in the third, Boston. Step to Lingenfelder, Williams, George Johnson. Thomas, no. And Parrish again, the rebound. Bird, Maxwell. And misses. McHale, no. Williams over to Thomas. Thomas. Step.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Thomas, no. Thomas. Johnson. So Indiana needs a run. Stolen away by Gerald Henderson. Gerald, oh, the block. And Lingenfelder to Thomas. For a minute and a half, Thomas. Williams down to George. George, what a score. They're a good team, really. Indiana is. They just let that run go off. And it's 64-53. Now they have a whole quarter, and I'm going to say, NBA, if you can master the 6-2 run, you're doing well. You write down where everybody scores, and you at least keep getting 6-2. That'll be solid. Here's Steph. Stefanovic, no. Ainge, Buckner. Kale. Johnson. Over to Thomas. And over to Parrish. Wedman and a foul.
George Johnson, 5th personal foul, 3rd team foul. At the line for 2, Scott Wedman.
Wedman, and it's going to be 65-53. 3 seconds. McKenna. Oh, what a shot! McKenna's made it a 9-point game. Well, who knows? We'll be back. All right, fourth quarter, Bird's going to start out and give to McHale. What a defensive game by Indiana. Remember, it's not man-to-man anymore. McHale, and they get it at 67-56. Not Isaiah. Another Thomas. Stefanovic got it.
Assisted by
67-58. Wedman. Larry over to McHale. McHale, they go to Step. Buckner the other way. They go high, and that's McHale. He's the best sixth man in the NBA. He really is. Him and Clyde Drexler should duel it out one day, one-on-one. The best sixth man in the NBA, and right now, he's why the Boston Celtics are so solid. They did go into Philadelphia and get absolutely destroyed, so that's another thing. Thomas, oh, what a play and one. He's done. So George Johnson, they scored. I believe he fouled out. They fouled out, so the basket will count. 69-60. Wedman to Larry. Oh my, up and now Boston has a 71-60 lead. Only his 4th point. Look at Larry Bird. 4 points, that's it. Was averaging 20 a game, but look at Boston, they have 71 points. They stopped Larry and they still have 71, and that's going to be 2 more. I'm telling you, Indiana keeps hanging around. I don't know if they're going to make a move or not. Quinn and a foul. Quinn Buckner on the undefeated 1976 Indiana basketball team.
Quinn Buckner.
And 72-62. And 73-62. So here they go, 73-62. Stefanovic, no, and it's tipped out to McHale. Henderson, really the margin is that 3rd quarter run that they were in, and it's the hardest thing in the world. Here's Larry. Larry will pull and miss. He's been very well guarded all miss on that. Very well guarded step. Ivanovic, step. Thomas, and no. McHale will go to Bird. Larry to Buckner. Anderson. Larry Bird. Here's Kevin. Kevin with the slam. McHale. Who would have thought he'd have like 3 times more points than Larry? If somebody were to say he'd have 3 times more points, you're saying, what? He scored 45? I think he has 12 on the day. Step. And no. Oh, there's Waiters blocked. I think what they're showing now, here's Quinn, and the lay-in is good. And that, I think, will do it. It's a 15-point game now. I think the thing that you're seeing is the Celtics are such a better team than just Larry Bird. They're not Larry Bird, only Larry Bird. There's step and a miss. And McHale the other way to Larry. Anderson, no. Gerald, and that's Johnson, no. Here's Thomas. Thomas to Stefanovic and a foul.
George Johnson. First personal foul. First team foul.
77-62.
Steve Stefanovic. Taking 2 shots.
And they get it again, 77-63. Oh my. Larry Bird, and that'll do it. Indiana really hung in there for a long time in this game. They allowed a run to happen, and here in the fourth, Boston pulled away.
Match screen. Chicken wing. That way.
Second personal foul.
There's going to be a foul there.
Substitution
Boston
on the
will
court.
throw it in under 5 minutes to go. But that's the thing right now. It's the run. I think Indiana will go back to the drawing board and say, hey, there were points in this game where we kind of had them. There's Larry, and he's starting to really get a lot of points done. What I mean by that is Larry Bird scored his first points with 6 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Clark Kellogg.
There's going to be 2 more there, Clark Kellogg. But that's the thing is, when you hold Larry Bird to something like that, that's good defensively. And if you're going to be an 8-seeded East team, you're going to make trouble for people. Bird fouled and it counts. Larry Bird, and Boston now scoring in spurts. Clark Kellogg, and Bird will get 10 and stay with 10. It has not been his night. Kellogg and Maxwell again are going to go. Anderson. Parrish, and they're hitting everything now. Every single thing, they're just blowing them away. Indiana's playing a little bit outside their pace and opening it up, so they're easy scores for Boston, and Boston knows it. They're playing high-risk, low-reward right now because they have to. Williams, Jerry in a foul.
Robert Parrish. Third personal foul.
Leon Parrish, though, here is
At the line for the
for
Pacers.
Jerry, and he'll make one.
2 shots.
Boston leads by 20, but this game was close for a while. down to 8 or 9, but then Boston all of a sudden gone on this huge run. And Henderson. Bird no good. Bird with 10 points, having an off night. Jerry. Think of it, you score 85 points, Clark Kellogg. You score 85 points in a game, and Larry only has 10. That's a dangerous Boston team. Really is. Like, they're dangerous. They're a team that, I'm telling you, the East is really good. They're going to play Detroit. And Maxwell. Timeout Indiana. It's 87-69. Boston has this one. 87-69. The biggest thing with Boston is, yeah, they're going to have a point, but the East is so crammed. And yeah, there is differences, but I would say Indiana, I mean, there were times when I thought it would be a lot closer. Just Boston broke out now in the fourth quarter and played very well. Auburn, no. And Williams the other way. Where I thought Boston, Carter over to Lingenfelder, and he missed. Boston will play Detroit. Boston will be 6-1. Detroit will be 6-1. And that game will be huge. And he steps out of bounds there. 87-71. Boston's going to win this game. And they might not score 90. We'll just have to see. Jerry over to Lingenfelder to Williams. Williams a foul, and he'll go to the line.
Robert Parrish, fourth personal foul, third team foul. Shooting for the Pacers, Herb Williams.
87-71, 87-72. And no, here's Parrish again. Henderson. Over to Robert Parrish. No, rebound. Maxwell back to Larry. Henderson, DJ over to Robert. Yeah, Jerry Sheestick on him, and it's 89-72. Boston will be 6-1. Now, the 76ers also have a loss. They got blown out by Detroit. So when you look at this game, there's going to be three teams at the top. That Boston-Detroit game will be big. Detroit got upset. Henderson will bring it down 89-72. And they're just going to hold one more shot. Bird only had 10 points. They just did such a great job. Even though Bird had a terrible game, he compensated in other ways in scoring. He just couldn't get a shot off, couldn't get open. And now they'll bring it over the timeline, and Boston will win 89-72. That's your final score. New Jersey versus Washington will be next. It'll be the third and final game here.
A big thank you to all you fans who made it out tonight. Your support is what makes this possible. Please drive home safely.
So Boston wins the game. We take a look right here. Boston hit 52% of their field goals. Their free throws were good. They don't shoot many threes. Teams don't use it. 13 fouls. It was 20-point lead was their biggest. They just blew them away late. They really did. I mean, there was no other way to describe that. Taking a look, you see it was close. In the third quarter, they blew them away. Fourth quarter, they blew them away too. So Boston 6-1. Indiana's 3-5. Taking a look at that game, look at Robert Parrish, 19 points, 18 rebounds. Wow, Kevin McHale had a double-double. Larry Bird only had 6 points, but he had 10 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. He made up for it in other ways. You see 4 fouls for Robert Parrish, and then 6 fouls for Johnson for the Pacers. George Johnson. So that is George Johnson from St. John's. 89-72, the winner there. So now we're going to do natural sound for the first couple things. And you look at this, you see the 80s, and you're like, wait a second. You're right. Both these teams fighting for playoffs. We know that. New Jersey has 8 games done. You only played 10. A huge game for New Jersey. Enjoy the natural sound. I will be back.
Shooting for Washington, Ballard, taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
All right, a 6-6 game. A big game for both these teams. New Jersey just has one more game left here. And Williams, remember, this is the year that they beat, there's Al King, NMS. This is the year they beat the 76ers, upset them in the playoffs. Ricky Sobers, oh, they get it to Rick Mahorn. Johnson now to Sobers. And Ricky, that's an offensive foul.
First personal foul.
So no basket there. 6-6 game. Washington and New Jersey here in the first. I mean, incredible how big this game is. If Washington wins, they'll be 4-3 with a big win. If they lose, they'll be 3-4. New Jersey will be 6-3. New Jersey will probably be in the playoffs. And they know this. Albert King got it. Yeah, you're not in the East going to go 6-4 and not make the playoffs. They'll be 6-3. So it's probably a playoff spot on the line for New Jersey. They're probably in right now. 5-5 will probably make it in, but never ever know. And that's a charge on Ricky Silvers. And New Jersey will get it back.
Substitution on the court.
You know, you take a look at New Jersey now. 8-6, Delvin Cook. Darrell and a slam. It's now 10-6. Timeout Washington. And New Jersey leads the Bullets 10-6. Carl is coming in right now. There he is. Special guest announcer is my cat Carl. Carl, how do you feel about today's game? You like it? Okay, Carl. Who do you think's going to win, New Jersey or Washington? Oh, New Jersey. And who's your favorite player, Carl? Favorite player. Who's your favorite player? Oh, Otis Birdsong. The Otis Birdsong is Carl's favorite player. So we have an interview with Carl there. Special guest, my cat. Yowing, my cat again loves basketball when it's up here. My other cat, Roxy, loves hockey when it's on there. And then
Washington foul. Rick Mahorn. Second personal foul. First team foul. At the line for your Nets, Darrell Dawkins. 2 shots. Goes to Washington. Jeff Lehman. Substitution on the court. Timeout points.
New Jersey leads. And right now, I'll tell you, this is a good game so far. Both these teams, many people feel. There's Warwick. They could pull an upset or two. A lot of people are favoring New Jersey beat any team in the West. And that includes the Lakers, but it would have to be the right night for them to do that. They almost took Philadelphia all the way. If they would have beaten Philadelphia, they would have been 6-2. Remember, they were only down. There's Williams. Buck Williams will put it in. Remember, if they were 6-2 now, they'd be going 7-2. If they win here, that would have been big. McMillan, Nate. No, Tom McMillan. Nate McMillan played for Seattle. Fowler, no. And Matt Gaminsky, here's O'Corin. O'Corin, bring it down to Cook. Those games are going to be incredibly good. And there's Williams, Buck Williams. Now a 5-point lead now. New Jersey over Washington, and now they're going to bring it up. Warwick, Gibson over to side, McMillan to Ballard. Malone got it.
Assist from Ballard.
Here's Cook, 17-14. A minute to go here in the first. Dylan Cook. O'Corin to Ramsey. Ramsey got it. 19-14. 50 seconds to go. Warwick. Warren Malone. McMillan. No. And Gaminsky. They go to Ramsey the other way. Williams can't have it. Gaminsky, no. 18-14. They're going to bring it in here in the first 20 seconds. Sobers. And a foul.
First personal foul. Team foul.
That's going to be Cook in there. 19-14. Ricky Sobers. Sobers, no. Gaminsky will go to Cook again. Bring it in. There's Cook. They go to Albert King. No. Malone again. Malone will bring it down. Malone fires. Oh.
That's the end.
And at the end of one, New Jersey has a 4-point lead over Washington. So we go to the second quarter now, and 19-15, New Jersey leading Washington. Warwick to Ricky. McMillan. Over to Malone to Sobers. Warwick. Pulls and misses. Here's New Jersey. We go the other way. I know we have 3 games tonight, but when we go to the playoffs, it'll be so intense. You're going to have 1 game a night. That's it. 1 game. That's going to be it. And I'm probably going to 15 days. That's about it. Sobers and Gaminsky the other way. And out of play.
The ball goes to Washington.
21-15. It'll be Washington ball here in the second. You know, Washington is 3-3. A win. They've lost 2 in a row. A win here, they'll be 4-3. That'll be big for them. Here's Warwick. You just never know in the playoffs. Just a whole different ball game. McMillan. Oh, Sobers in a foul. Cook, Dalvin Cook. Foul Sobers, second on Dalvin.
Sobers at the line for two.
And nails it. 21-17. Nancy. King got it. And it's 23-17. 8.5 to go here in the half. New Jersey trying to pull ahead by a lot. There's McMillan. Tom. And that's Tom McMillan. Remember NC State, 1974 national championship winner. 10 years in the NBA. This is his 10th. Washington again. Here's Ramsey. Goes over to Cook. You know, in the beginning, it seems like, okay, things are a little boring, whatever, but boy, does it really ramp up in the third. Al King, no good, and out of bounds.
Bullets ball.
It'll be the Bullets ball. So they're going to bring it in, and it's going to be Warwick. They'll throw it in. Sobers. Jeff Malone, 23-21. They're coming back. I mean, the Bullets are a good team. Don't get me wrong. And Ramsey again will bring it up. You know, when I take a look at things like this, Ramsey, and a foul, and he'll go to the line. 23-21.
First personal foul, first team foul. At the line for New Jersey,
Ramsey, and it's 24-21. Warwick over to Davis, and a foul.
First personal foul, second team foul. At the line for the Bullets, Charles Davis. 2 shots.
Davis, and it'll be one shot. 5:22. Johnson again, they go down to Cook. Got it. 27-22. Malone. Got it. Jeff Malone, 27-24. Labita Cook. Ramsey. And a foul on Gaminsky. I saw that one from a mile away. And Washington will throw it in. The thing is so big, if Washington were to win, they'd be 4-3. New Jersey would be 5-4. And then at the very end here, we're going to check. There's Jeff Rulin in a miss. He's really been a disappointment in the last few games. Dalvin Cook up and in the air. 29-24. Rick Mahorn. There's the foul.
Third personal foul. Second team foul.
That's on Jeff Malone. I think Pishu loves Jeff Malone. I really do.
Brian Warwick.
I think Pishu's a big Jeff Malone fan. Here's Warwick over to Davis. Davis to Mahorn to Warwick. Warwick, yes. 29-26 now. You know, so the biggest thing is that Washington wins this game. Then Washington, if they win the game, they're going to be in a great position. If they lose, they'll be 3-4 and down on the doldrums. So a huge game for Washington. Jeff Malone and pulls and ends.
Jeff Malone.
Remember, if Washington loses this game and then they lose again, they'll be tied with Indiana at 3-5. They'll be on the bottom. There's going to be a third team that misses out. Probably there's Otis and a violation block. And the Nets will throw it in. So right now we have Cleveland missing. Probably the Bulls, but there's going to be another one. Otis Birdsong. Timeout.
Timeout is charged to Washington.
21-28, especially 12-minute quarters. 12-minute quarters, it's going to be such a different ball game in the playoffs. You only get one game, so we go 12-minute quarters. And it's going to be solid, but every other rule stays the same. Jeff Rowland, no. And going to be back to Cook, and there it goes. Melvin Cook. And got it. Oh, my. 33-28. Are they going to start a big run again? Are we going to have 3 blowout games? And that's the way it usually goes. In the very beginning, the games are close. And then by the end, they start blowing each other out. There's Greg Ballard. Ballard to Jeff Malone to Ballard. Mike Cal looking. There's Johnson. Pulls and hits. And it's 33-30. Otis Birdsong now will bring it up. Otis trying to go to Jerome Dawkins over to Richardson. Count Roxy's getting huge 3. And no, Rowland to rebound. Rowland is getting some good things going, but really the rebounding by Jeff Rowland is right now his forte. He's not scoring points like normal. Here's Rowland. And he can't hit it. Daryl Dawkins the rebound. Here's Otis. Otis Birdsong, and maybe 5 steps there. And Buck Williams, no. And here's Jeff Malone. He'll bring it down. Johnson. Johnson to Malone. Nope. Wait, still go the other way. Here's Richardson. Richardson got it. 35-30. Rolling to Ballard. Oh, what a block. Oh. They're going to have to shoot 5 seconds. Jersey by 5. If they win the game, New Jersey, they're going to be 6-3. Ricky, and no. Rebound, Jeff Rowland puts it in. I think the only team New Jersey hasn't played are the Pistons. I don't know, maybe Milwaukee. I'm going to take a look at what they have. But they're only going to have one game after this. Michael Ray over to Albert King. Albert dance, but he just gets his smacked backwards. Here's Johnson. Johnson over to Ballard. 5:32. Over to Johnson, go Ricky. Ricky, no. Dawkins again, they push it the other way. Richardson to Birdsong. Otis, no. And Ruland again will go. Here they go to Ricky. Oh, that's Michael Ray with the interception, and that's an easy two. You're only having this many points. You get those two, that's big. 37-32, under a minute. Ricky, and hits. Ricky Sobers. You know, Washington started out 3-1, now they're 3-3. Stop this two-game losing streak. They don't want 3. You only play 10 games. You don't want a 3-game losing streak. Darrell, no. And Ruland to rebound. He's using his rebound skills. Ballard. Ballard over to Johnson. Ruland. And got it. 37-36, 21 seconds. Yeah, that's the thing. The worst-seeded West team, a couple things. Number one, you're going to have more West teams, so a better record will make the playoffs for the East. You know, you could be 3-7, but on the other side, there it is, though, and that'll end it. At the end of one half, Jersey 37, Washington 36.
The Bullets 36.
Be back. My cat's about 1 year old. Roxy Bubox. I remember when she was little and a little kitten. She's now sitting in my lap. She was a very little kitten. Ricky straddles it in, and Washington will lead to start this second half. Now here's Albert King in the third. New Jersey, Albert. Michael Ray, Otis Birdsong, no good. And Ruland the other way, and here they go. Johnson push it out, and Ballard over to Johnson. Here in the third. I just don't know. You know, there's going to be a lot of good matchups. Ruland, no. Williams will push it out. They go to King. Remember the first game, it was Washington and Indiana, very close. Indiana played Boston 2.5 quarters, very tough, and Boston got on a run timeout. Who's gonna call it? It'll be New Jersey. You know, I'm looking on the other side. You know, you have Milwaukee. I think Milwaukee's a team. When they play a few more games, they're gonna be all right. They're gonna win a couple. I don't see Milwaukee as being the team out. They could be. There's King. And got it. Now Chicago lost today to Atlanta. Atlanta looked very good today. And then they pulled their starters and the game became a quagmire. They ended up winning by 10. Chicago. It was a little interesting. Only a little bit. But, you know, Chicago is not a good basketball team today. They're down 51-31. This were a playoff game. They kept the starters in for a while. It's going to be a foul.
Third personal foul. First team foul.
So that'll be on Rick Mahorn.
Otis Birdsong.
Otis Birdsong. Washington. 43 to 38. I was just looking at something real quick. 7:50 to go here in the third. New Jersey now has a 5-point lead. And you know, the other game, Boston, I mean, they all of a sudden went out, but the funny part about that game was Larry Bird only had 10 points, so there's good and bad to that. Larry Bird only had 10. Here's Ricky. Ricky will pull and miss. And Richardson will get the rebound. They go all the way down to Otis. Otis, the lay-in, no good. But he only got 10 points. And here's Johnson and a foul he charged.
Johnson, first personal foul, first team
And
foul.
yeah, when you stop, you can do that. And you got to watch where you're going. 43-38. You know, that's the one thing.
Washington foul.
That's going to be a foul there on Ricky.
Second personal foul, second team foul.
The next foul, they're in a penalty, and you know that. That's, you get a couple grace fouls, but then you get penalties. In the rolls, there's King. Albert, and he'll go to the line. New Jersey will shoot two.
Team foul. At the line
Quick
for New
ones
Jersey.
in a row, and King no.
Taking 2 shots.
And Albert King. And he'll make it. Maybe 44 to 38. That's the thing. It's a very bizarre game here, but yeah, when you take a look, here's Johnson. Yes, and it rolls in. And Johnson at 44 to 10, 44-40. Good game so far. Notice his foul.
Ricky Silvers. Third personal foul.
Third foul by
Fourth
Silvers,
team
his
foul.
third, and now they're going to shoot.
The line for your Nets. Otis Birdsong.
And Otis, no.
2 shots.
And he misses one. And Otis again will make the second. 45 to 40 as Roland will throw it in. So now, I mean, the biggest thing, I'm wondering in the playoffs who's going to play who. You know, San Antonio playing Washington. That'd be an interesting game. Washington's at the bottom of an East, and San Antonio might finish third in the West. And that's going to be out of play.
Washington ball.
Washington will get it back. So Mahorn will get it in to Johnson. Sent over to Sobers. And no. Williams. Over to Otis. Birdsong and hits. 47 to 40. And New Jersey. Wow. Johnson. It's Johnson. Take a look. Johnson hit hard, and there it is. Richardson. This Birdsong, no. Williams, yes. 49 to 40 with 5:19 to go, and here they go. So now they go to Sobers. Ricky is now a 9-point lead and stolen away. New Jersey wants to pull this game away. They go to Albert King. No. Rebound, Bach, yes. And now it's 11. And this is getting away from Washington. New Jersey could go 6-3. Good 6-3. We're going to see the records for New Jersey after this. That'll be big for New Jersey, and then we'll go to the playoffs. Everything after that. Ballard and down to throat, 51-42. Now they need stops. And they're not getting stops. Here's Otis. This Birdsong now.
3.
3-second violation.
3-second violation.
Substitution on the court.
51-42 here in the third. Over. It's by Cat-Pichu. He's going to get some water. Mickey over to Malone. Malone to Sobers. Ballard. Ballard. Sobers to Malone. And no. It's the other way. Ramsey. Over to King. They go to Cook. Oh, knocked away.
New
It's going to be a
Jersey.
violation. 51-42 here in the third. 3:44 to go. And well, it is the third quarter here. New Jersey leading by 9. A little bit of spurt here in this quarter. That one Cook, no. McMillan, and they're going to push it down. Well, they had a man going down. Ballard will take it though. Warwick, 4 weeks until the vacation. We should get this done in a couple weeks. Be a lot of games in and out, no good. Williams to Cook. Rancy. Dawkins. We're going to play a lot of games on Saturday. We are. Warren. Got it. Saturday and Sunday we're going to play a lot of games. And that's the thing. Here's Warwick. Malone, jab, 2:40 to go. Warwick to Ballard. Tom. 9-point game. Ballard for 3. No. And here they go. Dawkins, 2.5 to go. Nancy. Here they go. Darrell. Yes. 55-42. They've opened up. The game-high 13-point lead. And they're pushing away Washington. I think what this is showing is they're an elite team now. In the East, they might not be the elite team. But we'll look at New Jersey. There's a miss. We'll see what they've done. Here's Cook. And the foul to go to the line.
First personal foul. 5th team foul.
That's going to be Malone, and they're going to nail one. 6:42. Darwin Cook, 57. Mellon will go. Here's Warwick. Under 2. Go to Davis. McMillan to Ballard. Malone got it.
Assisted by Ballard.
57-44. Williams. Buck. Williams. And no. And here's Malone again. Oh, no. No more in the rebound. Ramsey. And that's the dagger. The Nets have just destroyed the Bullets in this quarter. Absolutely. Well, it's 60-44. And we go to the fourth quarter and a game that is over. Should be 10 minutes, 12 minutes. New Jersey's in the lead. They're in there. They're in the top. They've lost 3 games. We'll have to see. They hung with Philly and then they just fell apart. That's the thing, I think, that they could hang with the Lakers. I really do. You know, you never know. You're going to have gutsy performances, upsets, maybe, and all that stuff. It's going to be unique. Oh, no. And Davis. McMillan got that, and it's 62-46. Washington just got blown away in the third. It was a closer game than New Jersey just started hitting all their shots. And well, Matt, no, and McMillan are going to go the other way to Warwick. Davis alone, and a foul, and he'll go to the line.
Fourth personal foul. First team foul.
62-46, alone.
2 shots.
47 and 48. As they take a look, Kaminsky will put it in. It's not over yet, but Washington's gonna need a quarter that New Jersey just had. They might be able to do it. New Jersey has they have depth. That's the thing. And a charging on Ramsey.
First personal foul.
Not again his favorite, and 62-48. Warwick. Davis, no. Davis gets it back in a foul.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
62-48. And Davis.
Charles Davis taking 2 shots.
Gibson, and here they go. Davis. And 62-49. Oh, it's... Oh, God, I got cat hair all over me. Johnson, and that'll be put in. See, all you need for New Jersey, you set a target. It's almost like cricket. Where you want his number of runs, you just want 70 if you're New Jersey. And you work the ball around to get it in, and if you're Washington, you need a lot of stops and, of course, a lot of really big runs. Warwick, and misses. Hook down, 7.5 to go. What a play to O'Corin, who has it 3-9. And Davis will get the rebound. Warwick.
Charles Davis. Assist goes to Warwick.
Davis. And they got it. Warwick for 2, and it's 64-53. So So sorry, I was looking at a couple things on mine. Ramsey, 6 minutes to go. Here's Cook. Cook over to Johnson. Yes. And it's 66-53. Now nobody's ever locked up in anything. I don't think there are any meaningless games because the least number of games, I don't think Chicago and Cleveland, I think we already had that game. And Warwick, no. Rebound Warwick, McMillan. And a foul will go to the line. 66-53. McMillan, NC State, got it 66-54. Michael Ray Richardson. King to Dawkins, and he hits 68-54. Johnson. There it is. Johnson and one.
Defensive foul.
Every time New Jersey, and that's the thing, I'll tell you what. If New Jersey makes the playoff, Frank Johnson, this will be his 9th point, and it's good. If New Jersey makes the playoffs and they lose, I'm telling you, it's because they don't put people away. They have a good record, but here it is. Mahorn to steal. Greg Ballard pulls and misses. Jeff Rowland, and it's 68-59. 5 minutes to go. They got to put people away, and they're not putting people away. I could see them leading the Lakers big early and not putting them away, leading by 10 with 8 minutes to go and losing. Birdsong and a miss. And Rowland again. I can see him leading 100-90 and losing 112-110. Horn. It's a 9-point game. Ballard. Sobers. And Sobers is in. 68-61. And here's Otis Birdsong. Otis. Gonna go over. Here's Otis. And he just gets hammered. Hammered by Rick Mahorn. Would later be a Detroit Piston. And 2 shots for Otis. And they'll hit 169-61. And 70-61. Here's Johnson. Bring it in, Ballard. Mahorn, Johnson again. Johnson, no. And Williams again will have it. Williams over to Richardson. Richardson, the King, no. Dawkins, a rebound, and he got it. That is Daryl Dawkins at and one. That'll probably be enough. Every time probably say probably be enough. It isn't. Daryl, and he nails it. 73-61, and well, the game is ending. 3.5 to go. A good night of basketball, but a lot of separation. We saw that the Celtics, Atlanta was really good, but played sloppy once they subbed people out. We saw that Boston pulled ahead in the third and just blew away Indiana, but pulled ahead in the third to fourth. 2.5 quarters, it was big, and Jeff Rowland with the foul here.
Third team foul.
And we saw that New Jersey blew away Washington in the third. But they gotta go for the kill, really. They gotta go to defeat people like this. They gotta go for to just vanquish an opponent. They have to. They can't do it, and they're not ending a game in the third like they should. They're allowing teams to hang around. Ballard out to Ricky. You can't allow teams to hang around. Ballard, no. Mahorn, yes. 74-63, and that's what I'm talking about. If New Jersey were to go cold, right now they'd be in trouble. They let Washington slowly inch back, and a timeout for New Jersey. 74-63. But it's what I said before is I could see New Jersey leading on the road at LA 100-90 and not putting away the Lakers and then losing 112-110, 112-106. You know, a 22-6 run to end it. Otis got it. 76-63. There is no illegal defense in this league. None. Timeout Washington. They need to talk about how to get 13 in 2 minutes. There is no illegal defense. You can play zone. You can do whatever you want. So ISO plays are a little bit harder unless they get sucked into them. Like the ISO a second stringer and everybody goes over to the side because you can play one person in the middle. There is no defensive 3-second violation. Turn that off. Sobers, and it's good. 76-65, 2 minutes to go. New Jersey by 11. Otis Birdsong in a foul, and they're going to shoot. Under 2 minutes, it's an automatic shooting foul. Any comment foul.
Otis Birdsong.
And Otis will get one. Otis Birdsong missed. And Jeff Rulin the other way. Here's Sobers. Ricky to Rulin. Over to Ballard. In, looking around, pulls and misses. Dawkins to Williams to Richardson, and now they're going to be smart. They don't even need to release the basketball. They can just hold and run an offense for 20 seconds, and then shoot. A running gun league, you're always moving. That's the one thing. There's no delays. Otis, no. They're always moving the ball, looking for a shot. Ballard, and
New Jersey foul. Albert King.
Albert King with the foul. Ballard will shoot a minute 6. And Greg Ballard will hit one. Well, Washington almost beat Indianapolis. Washington did beat Indianapolis by 1 in overtime at home. And then they play New Jersey here, and that's pretty much the end of the game here. And Otis Birdsong under a minute. New Jersey's going to win this. They're going to go 6-3. We're going to take a look at their record. Daryl Dawkins, 79-67. The East, I'm telling you, is the best conference. That's why I'm looking forward to the playoffs. You're going to have blowouts in round number 1, but my goodness. Ballard over to Sobers. You got to fight for seeding for a home game. So big. Richardson, King, and Dawkins will slam it. 81-67, and that's the game. New Jersey will just hold it the next time they have it. You know, Frank Johnson will have it here, and just impressive by New Jersey. Really is. Ballard straddles that in. But now New Jersey will throw it in and end this game right now, 81-69. Impressive win, really, for New Jersey. Hats off to them. They played a formidable Washington team. that's all right. You can't mess around and in the third. But the problem in New Jersey was they really couldn't put Washington away when they led big. And against a really good team that could hurt them. New Jersey 81, Washington 69. Is this, I don't know, is this going to be the year for Washington? Or New Jersey? Who knows? Like, I'm looking at New Jersey and I'm like, all right, and I'm going to take a look. They got blown out by the Celtics earlier on in the year, so let's take a look here at this court. Their first game of the year. First of all, there you see they won pretty much everything. There were 21 fouls in the game. Then the next thing you do is hit quit and take a look at the box score. In the Daily View, there you see Otis Birdsong, 21 points. Buck Williams, 22 rebounds. Wow, that's big, 22 rebounds. The third quarter was 23-8 when they absolutely destroyed Washington. It was a close game. It was 37-36 at the half. Then it was 60-44 after three, 23-8. Then the fourth quarter, they couldn't put them away. They got to put them away. And there you see the Bullets. Jeff Rowland with 14 rebounds. So first things first, I want to make sure that I save. And the next thing I'm going to do is save in the other slot. There it is. And that is huge there. Now what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to show this stat. First of all, New Jersey. We want to see New Jersey. They have one game left. So 6-3 the Nets. Let's go all the way to the beginning. So they got beat by the Celtics. It was worse than what it looked. Then they really beat the Hawks. Good. The Nets did. Then they lost to the Pacers, 82-77. Then they beat the Pistons. This is the way New Jersey is. Then they killed the Cavs. Killed them. And then they beat the Bulls very soundly. And then they had a little trouble with the Knicks, but the rivals, they might be a playoff team, who knows. And then they lost the 76ers, but it was a 2-point game going into the fourth quarter. And the 76ers pulled away in the fourth. It was a 2-point game in that one. You could see 24 was 57 to 56. Yeah, it was 57 to 56. It was a 1-point game going into the fourth. And Moses Malone, a big game, 1-point game. Then they took care of the Bullets. They're not a bad team. And when you look at the Knicks, I'm wondering, they led by 8 going into the fourth. They got to put them away. They have the goods to run the table. The only team they have left are the Milwaukee Bucks. That's going to be a solid game. And they play them at home. That's going to be a solid game. Let's take a look at the playoff picture right now. The 76ers 6-1, the Celtics 6-1. 76ers beat the Celtics. New Jersey is 6-3. It's a solid record. And they beat Detroit. So if Detroit loses to Boston, then the New Jersey Nets, if they beat Milwaukee, they might be third. Atlanta's 4-3. They beat Atlanta. They beat up New Detroit and Atlanta. I'm telling you, New Jersey could do it. They were close to Philadelphia You never know. You never know. They're going to be like the upset team. I could see them pulling an upset. New York is 3-4. Washington is 3-4, and the Pacers were all right for a little bit, but they're 3-5. Now for Milwaukee Bucks, like Chicago, they're going to need to win their last two and go 4-6. They go 4-6. Maybe. I just don't know. I don't know. In the West, the Lakers are in. The Jazz. Lakers, one more victory, they win the West because they have the tiebreaker over the Jazz. And already the Houston Rockets, they could lose it if they lose to Denver and Houston beats them and Houston wins out. They have the Jazz 2, Houston 3, San Antonio, but they blew away everybody. Now Denver, now they're 2-4. Again, if you're below 500, these teams, I don't know. You know, you look at all these teams, Denver, Phoenix, Seattle, Golden State, Kansas City. Dallas is one that said, what a disappointment Dallas is. Horrible disappointment. Dallas is a terrible disappointment. Seattle, a little bit of one. Phoenix playing a little bit better. Moving on up, but it just, I mean, the Lakers played everybody except for Denver. And Denver is 3-4. So let's say 3-5. And then Houston. Houston might win. But everybody else right now, I don't know. You can't be 500 in this because you play 11 games. Different. I'll tell you, Kansas City gets killed. Golden State got shellacked by the Lakers. So they're weeping at 3-6. Dallas got killed. Kansas City, San Diego held in for a little bit, then they got killed. Phoenix did. So those teams will be fighting each other to get in. And again, all you need to do is get in. You never know in the playoffs when people play much more games. But the thing is, in the East, Milwaukee and Chicago, let's see the Milwaukee Bucks. Milwaukee, very much a disappointment this year. Milwaukee lost to Atlanta early, beat the Pacers. Barely lost to the Pistons. Beat the Cavs, but whoa, was that close. Got beat by the Bulls. And lost to the Celtics. Got blown away by the Celtics. So they have the Knicks, the 76ers, the Bullets, and the Nets. So it's going to be tough. Milwaukee, in reality, got to beat they got the worst schedule. They got 3 on the road. And they got the 76ers at home. So Milwaukee got to beat the Knicks, Bullets, and then the Nets are going to be a tough build. But they got to beat the Nets and the Knicks and the Bullets. They're 2-4. If they do that, they'll end up 4-6, and they'll have a lot of good tiebreakers. But if they lose to the Knicks, that Knicks game is going to be a very, very, very important game. So we're going to take a look at all that was the game today. And now we take a look at the rest of the games. The next 3, Thursday, we're going to have San Diego and Denver. Denver has to win. If they win, they're a low-scoring team. They are. It's going to be interesting watching them. This is really the Western playoffs shaping out. You have Denver playing San Diego. They need to win. Then you have Seattle playing the Spurs. The Spurs are playing a lot better. They, again, want to play the Lakers. They do. They're playing a lot better. And then the Suns and the Mavericks. The Mavericks, to get in the playoffs, got to win out. They already played the Big East. Now they got to play they got to play Phoenix. They got to play that, and they got to play that road. That's Thursday. Then Friday, Utah, Portland, the Celtics and the Bulls. Good luck. The Bulls have to win to have any shot. 2-7, and they'll be done. Though I think they will be eliminated. And then the Cavs and the Pacers. The Pacers, this is the tough part. They got to win. They got to win, and they play the Cavs. You cannot overlook the Cavs. Then this Saturday, we're going to have a lot of games. We're going to try and finish, and I think finish this day. And that is Saturday. And the thing that you want to look at is this game. Denver and Houston. Because if Denver can handle Houston, then all of a sudden they're like, come on, Lakers. Come on, Lakers. So that's going to be a very interesting matchup because Denver shockingly plays like an Eastern team. They do. They play like an Eastern team. That's there. Then Sunday, we're going to try and get through all of these. On Sunday. And when you do that, the biggest thing will be Detroit and Boston. God, we'll be watching that natural sound, but the 76ers and the Bucks, a lot of things are going to happen Sunday. That's a day where we want to get a lot of this done. And then what happens is we have the 9th, 11th, 15th. That's it of the games. So that's the 9th. After Sunday, the Knicks and 76ers will be big. The 11th, look at the Pistons and the Bulls. That'll end the Bulls season. We're going to start ending seasons. Then the 11th, you have 4 more games. So you have 4. So next week, we're going to have Monday, 3, Tuesday, there, and there. And Wednesday, you're going to have those games, the Spurs and the Jazz. Well, actually next Wednesday or Thursday or whatever. And then Friday, you start the last day. And those are ending games. There's no more games after the 15th. So we have basically almost a week left in this tournament, these games. And then once we get that, we're going to play hockey, get hockey done also. And I think, we're going to have a lot. Boy, that Bucks-Nets game is looking big. Same with the Suns and Sonics. Same with the Spurs and the Kings and the Jazz. But the Spurs and the Blazers, there's a lot of games, so they're going to get a lot done. We will get a lot done, and, that's today, and that'll be on Thursday. We're going to have these 3 games, and I'm telling you what, Denver, that one I'm going to be looking against San Diego and going, yeah, San Diego is playing for their lives. They can go 4-7 and they might make it. San Diego has 3 games left. The San Diego Clippers have Denver, Golden State, and Houston. And don't get me wrong, that Houston game, they might be playing for something. So we have, one more week left, and that'll be very, very huge. So this is all big. All right, have a great day. We'll see you later.